Affinity 6 months free trial. Hi, Kerry here from Dream Creator B. And yesterday, Affinity CEO announced that they are doing something they've never done before, which is give 6 months free trials on all their products and all their platforms. Yes, you get a 6 months free trial on Affinity Designer version 2. The link will be down below this. There is no affiliate commission on it. Affinity doesn't even have an affiliate program. Why? Because there's enough people out there that are impressed with what Affinity does and how they go about doing things to praise it from the hilltops. Although we were all a bit worried when Canva and Affinity merged a few months back, but they seem to have allayed all those worries. Well, they have for me. The thing that I were impressed about the most was that they kept all the Affinity staff on when they took over a few months ago. So all 90 staff in the Nottingham area were all safe with their jobs. So I was impressed with that. And I was also impressed with the fact that they said, and I quote, that they're not going to remove that lifetime licensing deal. So if you buy version 1, you have it for life. If you buy version 2, you have it for life. And they didn't seem to say anything about bringing in a subscription model, but they will keep where you can buy it as a standalone program and not go the subscription route. They also mentioned that they're going to start giving away Affinity to educators, well, to schools, and also to like non-profit organisations. So I've actually contacted a friend in the previous school that I worked at who was in the IT department and said, have you seen it? Have you registered it? And while you're waiting to register, why doesn't the whole team go out and get the 6 months free trial to see if it would suit them in their courses and in their teaching? And Affinity also got the app of the year from Apple. And if you saw anything about the new iPad videos that Apple themselves did, you'll have seen in one of the clips that they actually had Affinity Designer in there. And as you can see, it's also App of the Year PC Pro. And there's all these digital awards that they got. And there's all your different free trials that you can get. So if you've got version 1 and you're like, well, I barely used it, so I wasn't bothered about getting version 2, here's your opportunity to go and get it. Now, I use Affinity Designer every day, and I use Affinity Publisher to create and construct all my books for KDP, and I do not have any issues because I'm able to put bleed in or take bleed out. I can deal with all of those things. I can also do data merge, so I can get all my images and they can just plop into my Affinity Publisher templates. All 3 of these programs can also be opened up from within each other, especially in Affinity Publisher. If you're working in there and you need to edit a photo in Affinity Photo, you just click it and it goes into Affinity Photo. If you're working in Affinity Publisher and you need to edit something in Affinity Designer, it clicks in there. And if you use the resource manager, if you update something in Affinity Designer, it will update in Affinity Publisher. The same with Affinity Photo. So they're all great things. They also listen to the community whenever the community say different things that they want, although we are still waiting for a vector trace tool or an ink trace tool. But there's other software that you can use, like Creator Fabrica's got a free PNG to SVG conversion, which isn't too bad, so you can take that and then tidy it up. But often it's a lot easier to go in and trace. So if you haven't already looked at Affinity to create your KDP books or printables, this is your opportunity to actually go in and try it out for 6 months. Now, the universal license is pretty cheap now, even, so without getting, you know, all the software and add-ons and everything. So you can try it for free now, or you can buy it for $7.99. And if you've got the upgrade from version 1, you also get, I think, an extra 25% discount if you do want to purchase it. And again, you can have it for your businesses and education, or purchase the one-off. Now, I do know some people have got Affinity Designer too, and they've gone in and trying Affinity Photo and Affinity Publisher, or either way. So if you've only got one of those softwares and you think, well, I'd like to try the others, you can also sign up for those for the free trial to see whether you like them and whether you would use them. So that's what you can do. So I just think they are great products for you to use. So why is Affinity actually doing this? Well, they're competing with Adobe. Adobe's kicked quite a few of their own goals in the last few years, starting with creating the AI generative stuff and using people's images to create those. So that wasn't really good when you think the majority of the people who are Adobe's audience do not like AI. So that was an own goal. Then their user agreement, where basically it said everything you create, and if you're storing it on their cloud, Adobe Cloud, can be used by them free. But what if you're a company or a freelancer that's got NDAs? How is that going to affect you? Because they can access your stuff. That is frightening. And then the final nail in the coffin, in my opinion, is because they have some dodgy ways of cancelling your agreement, where you have to pay 50% of what is left of your agreement. They didn't make that clear for the US market in particular. It was a lot more clearer for the European market, but definitely for the US and probably for other markets, it wasn't as clear. So the US government is suing Adobe with regard to that, and the US government is a big user of Adobe. So basically they've kicked a few own goals. Plus I had been paying over 50 quid a month for it just to sit there on my desktop and sometimes use it. Although I use Adobe Acrobat every day, and I still haven't got rid of that, but I'm looking at other programs that I can purchase that are just as good, that allow me to get rid of that and uninstall everything that is Adobe from my computer. So if you haven't tried it, this is your opportunity. Go and try it. And there's so many YouTube videos out there. If you've got Skillshare, there's so many videos on Skillshare that actually show you how to use Affinity. Udemy's got some really good courses as well. So if you go and check them out, they should help you also make your decision. So below this video, don't forget to click on the link to go and get your 6 months free trial.